and knowing when it's time to go on to the next thing.
The next thing?
There's a time for everything, Velvet. For having a horse in the Grand National, for being in love, yes, even for dying. All in proper order at the proper time.
Mother, who's going to tell Father?
I'll do the telling. I don't think your father believes too well in the importance of folly.
And so it was. I took my clean collar off the nail and I packed my bag, and into it went a heavy sack filled with shining gold sovereigns. I'd soon be off to London, to Weatherby's, making an entry in the Grand National.
I'll be off with you, Mai. Good luck.
Thanks to you, ma'am. Goodbye, Mr. Brown.
My lad, you can't say that your big chance did not come to you in the village of Sewells, going to London with £100 in your pocket. Mrs. Brown wishes you good luck. I wish you a good time.
Yes, sir.
What did you mean by that? A good time?
How many mutton chops make up £100? How many thousand?
Making calculations, Mr. Brown?
I am. And I'll lay my 2 ears on this chopping block if you ever see the colour of your sovereigns again, or the hide of Master Taylor this side of Doomsday.
There was someone in London I knew. Name of Greenford, an agent he was for jockeys. We met at a pub, and the mugs of beer that sloshed our table were large and many.
But why didn't you go to Manchester to find a rider?
Why Manchester?
Because that's where you used to ride, wasn't it, lad? Now, what's your game?
I told you, I got papers for Weatherby's. Likewise the entry fee, but I got no jockey.
Entering a horse what never run anywhere? Why don't you take your £100 and throw it in the River Thames?
Well, 'cause it ain't mine to fling.
That horse ain't going to win the National, and you know it.
Sure, I know, but what can I do?
You can use your wits. The horse that's taking the Grand National is being quoted now at 40 to 1. That's £4,000, Mr. Taylor, for the man who wagers a measly 100.
£4,000.
And all I ask is a little commission for placing the bet.
What'll I tell him in Sewells?
Tell him you met a tart like me in a pub and I pinched it off you.
Yeah.
And the day after Aintree, you come back to London and live like quality the rest of your days. Now, where's that £100?
Yeah, here.
Golden sovereigns, eh? Here. What's this, £0.50? You got this bag watered?
She gave me that to spend. Saved it. She was glad to give it to me.
Oh, lady's sweet on you, is she, Husky lad?
Not old. Not sweet on me. Just trust me. Trust me. Give me that bag.
Hold on now, lady.
Drunk I am, but not so drunk as you think. Thief I've been too. But it's not in my books, Mr. Greenford.
What ain't?
Stealing on Wednesday. Thanks for the beer. I'm late for work.
Well, back so soon, Mr. Taylor. I hope you took me at my word and had a right good time.
Here's your receipt for your money at Weatherby's. And you get £5 change.
What's that?
I'll be back at work as soon as I change my clothes.
Yesterday you calculated how many mutton chops made 100 sovereigns, Mr. Brown.
Today I'll calculate in mutton head. I made a mistake.
No need for too much humility. A little from you goes a long way.
What happened in London? Tell me, Ma, did you find a jockey?
No. And be grateful for what you have, Velvet.
I can't help it. I want it all quickly because I don't want God to stop and think and wonder if I'm getting more than my share.
The jockey will have to wait. There's lots of agents in London. I'll write some letters for you, but that's all. You've bit off a big piece of dream for yourself, and now it's all your own show, Velvet.
My, I can't do it without you.
The National's no business of mine. Your pa won't stand for me chasing about with a racehorse.
But it's you knows what to do and how to train him. Half the pie's in my heart, and half's in yours. I swear by the pie that whatever he wins, half is yours.
Thanks. I'll buy me a bowler hat with my half.
A castle with your half, my. The pie's going to win.
Half the sweeps, eh? Man could get a real start. Buy a livery stable in a lively little town. Drop anchor, raise some young'uns like Donald. All right, you've got a deal.
Shake hands on it?
Shake hands. You dream of glory for your pie. As for me, I'll take the cash. Now, come here. Come here, I've got something to show you.
A map?
Yeah. Now, this here's a map of the course at Aintree. Twice around the course they go. That's 30 jumps in all. It's mostly a job of training them to jump and jump and keep on going. That's the first 5 jumps here are thorn hedges. We can teach the pie on the fences over by Mr. Eads. Now, the third jump here, this one, there's a ditch on the takeoff side. I can dig him one, and then there's a garden. Faster, Velvet, faster! He's got a ditch to clear. Steady now! Steady, girl! That's it! Turn him around and try it again. Lift his head. Keep it that way now.
This one, Pie. On the map here, this one.
Beecher's Brook.
Oh.
There's a bad drop on the landing side, see? But if we take him over the wall often enough, it might not scare him so much. Go ahead now, be careful. Don't jerk his head.
I know. I just sit still as a dummy and let him handle it. Watch. Up.
Fast it fair, Velvet! Fast it fair once again now, girl!
He did it, Ma. He did it.
What are you waiting for? Try it again!
Yes, Ma.
Velvet, what's the matter?
Nothing, Ma. I just get excited. I can't...
Oh, then stop getting excited. Do it again.
Yes, Ma. I'm ready. Oh, isn't he wonderful, Ma? Isn't he lovely?
That's how it went. Week after week, whenever we had a few moments together. Velvet from school, me from the shop, running and jumping and running. She in the saddle and me telling her what to do, as best I knew. And then, one afternoon deep in winter, she comes rushing into the stable thinking Pie and me'd be ready for her. But we aren't ready. Pie is down on the stable floor, shaking and wheezing. Sick unto death he is.
What is it, Ma? What's wrong with him?
I don't know. Pneumonia, I guess.
Pie, tell me. Tell me what hurts. Is it very bad, Pie?
I'll get a vet.
No vet. There isn't a good one in town. My, please. You can help him. He's ours, My.
Would you trust me, Velvet? I'm not very lucky. I might guess wrong. But would you trust me?
Yes. You won't hurt him more than me.
All right, then. Get some blankets. Get some whiskey, hot water. Hurry, Velvet. We don't have much time.
So tragedy stalks our house, does it?
It's late, Mr. Brown. Better go to bed.
But I'm not going to bed. Don't you think Velvet will catch her death out there in the stables?
It's not to be helped. She's beside herself. You need your sleep, Mr. Brown.
When tragedy stalks the house once in 10 years, I can stay up. I haven't sat up so late since Donald arrived, which, of course, was just before the dawn. I'll have some tea.
Speaking of Donald, look, the stairs.
I sleep too much, Mama.
I'll decide that. Back to bed.
Is the child in the habit of coming down at this hour? You heard your mother. Back to bed.
I'll only fall asleep, Papa.
That is the general purport and intention.
I've been sick all night.
You haven't.
Why haven't I?
Now, don't let him start whining.
You changed my sheets in the middle of the night, and the new ones were cold.
I changed your sheets for a very good reason, young man. Now get on up.
Oh, all right. I must have been sick all night long.
My? Oh.
Yes?
Come in, lad. You're cold. A drop of tea.
Thank you, ma'am.
Do you mind if I have a little tea also?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Well, never mind. I can wait. Here, give me your cup.
Any change?
No.
Are you worried about the animal?
Well, he's sick.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you and Mrs. Brown were sick, too. Matter of a cool £100 with those racing people. What are you going to do? Take the carcass to London and demand a refund?
We're not thinking about the money, Mr. Brown.
Oh, no, not you, Mrs. Brown. You're a woman of deep feeling and faith. I mean Master Taylor's half interest in the winnings.
Mr. Brown, remember once you entered a spelling competition for 5 shillings? Was it love of spelling or the love of 5 shillings?
Oh, now that was entirely different, Mrs. Brown.
It was the love of 5 shillings. Don't be ashamed of it. Sometimes even money can be a faith.
I'd better get back to the bar.
Yes, you had.
And you'd better get up to bed, Mr. Brown. It's close to 5 o'clock.
And what about you?
I'm knitting.
In time of crisis, the head of the house should not be found sleeping in bed. I'm staying up, Mrs. Brown, if it takes all week.
Mother, Father, it's Pie. He's all right. He's fine.
Steady, child, steady.
I cured him. He's on his feet again.
There, the horse is up and you'll be down. You haven't eaten, haven't slept. Is it fair to impose illness on the household?
Oh, I won't be ill, Father. I could sit up 1,000 nights.